folks. Tony the Grillin Chef here. Today we're going to do a dish that's kind of dear to me. I used to run it when I was in New York. It's called Yassa, which is it's like a lemon chicken, like a chicken with an onion sauce. My boy Charles, he'll be here shortly, but we're going to start with that one. What I have here, I have some chicken thighs that I actually had left over. I pulled the skin off of them. They got bone in. And I got them marinating in some onions. Now I've taken like some Dijon mustard. I got some chicken bouillon, some pepper, some salt, a little paprika, and I just kind of let them marinate overnight. This is something that you know, just hey, what's going on, man?
All right, everything.
What's
man.
going on with you?
I'm a little sore today, man.
You sore?
Yeah, I was out there shooting ball with my son and his boys, man.
Okay.
Yeah, they call me Pops out there. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So I'm running up down the court, man. They had me down on my knees, man. Yeah, I get a jump shot, right?
Okay.
A deep jump shot. Man, the ball wasn't high enough and it landed about 5 feet before the basket. They laughing at me. I said, well, that was the pass.
That was the pass. Oh, okay.
I said, yeah, I play better than that.
I hear you.
What we got today, man?
Today, we're doing it's called Yassa. Yassa poulet. It's actually it's a West African dish.
Okay.
It's basically chicken with an onion sauce.
All right.
So I got some chicken thighs here. So what I'm going to do is I had them marinating. I pulled the skin off.
Okay.
I had them marinating in like some paprika and some like a little Dijon mustard.
Okay.
Some vinegar and stuff like that. So let me get this them going.
All right.
So
that's called Yassa.
Yeah, Yassa. Yeah, actually, like I said, West African. And it's like they do speak French, so poulet with chicken. Okay. Yeah, and this is like a traditional dish, man. When you go to like an African restaurant or African household, African community, this is what you're gonna get. Senegalese, Mali, everybody pretty much prepares this dish.
Okay. Cool.
And we turn some fire up.
All right.
And like I said, I had the pleasure of doing this when I was working in one of the restaurants with my team, man. So I was around this like every day.
Right.
I used to watch them just like cooking onions and prepping all the time.
Yeah. Doing a lot of learning in there.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay.
I got picked up on a lot of stuff. So we're gonna let these guys go for about the chicken thighs.
Okay.
So one thing about chicken thighs, I do like the underside or the bone side down first. Of course, this was the skin, and just let them run for a little while. I'm gonna turn it up kind of high, and it's gonna take about maybe, let's say, 5 minutes each side.
5 minutes.
Because they're gonna come off, and then I'm gonna put the onions in, and we're gonna do like a little marinade, and it's gonna stew them down a little bit.
Okay, so when you cook them, are you trying to get it to a certain temperature, internal temperature?
Well, yeah. I actually want to try and get them to kind of brown a little bit on both sides, and then I'm gonna take them off. It's almost like a stew. It's like I'm stewing them down.
All right.
So we're gonna let these guys go a minute, and now what I also have, I got a little oil here. I had some plantains that I had a couple of days, and this is a part of the traditional dish. With when you do like a yassa, you're doing like an onion sauce, and then you got the plantains on the sweet plantains on the side. So this is like traditional. This is traditional what I saw them do like every day. So we're gonna give it a shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I got some oil here. It should be kind of warm.
Okay.
And I'm gonna drop these plantains in here, and these are the sweet bananas.
So this is just regular household, just regular meal.
This is a traditional West African dish right here, man.
Okay.
Traditional. And like I said, I watched them do this so much, man, and it was like, okay, I can do it with the back of my hand. We're gonna give her a shot,
Okay.
And so if you're ever in like, a restaurant and you ever see something, like say in a French restaurant or African or whatever in the community, when you see yassa, you'll be able to identify that it's actually a chicken with an onion sauce.
And it's funny you using plantains, man, because I was buying bananas.
Yeah. Okay.
And I ended up getting them.
Oh, okay. So I mean, there's two types. You got the green ones and the yellow ones.
Yeah.
Now this one actually was kind of black, so I've had it, so it's like super sweet.
Just
it's got a lot of sugar content and everything, so this should be running pretty good.
Okay.
Now what I also have here is I got some I got some couscous. Right, couscous is couscous. Couscous is actually it's your wheat that is used to make your pasta. It's semolina. Is what it is. This is like the fine semolina, and this is how your spaghetti and everything is made with.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Semolina. Okay. Yeah. So what you do with this is, like I said, it's a very fine grain, very fine, and you'll see this, you know, in the rice section actually.
Right.
So how you prepare it is, I got some water boiling right now.
Okay.
Just to get it started. And what you do is, this is 1 cup. 1 cup of couscous. I'm going to take 1 cup of water.
Okay.
All right. Take this. All right. 1 cup of water, and I'm going to take the couscous. And I'm going to pour it in a bowl.
Okay.
Pour it in a bowl.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look for that because I've never seen. I've never even heard of that.
Pour it in a bowl.
Okay.
Just like this, right? Pour it in a bowl. Then I'm going to take the hot water. Just like that.
Okay.
And we'll stir this around a little bit. Let this hot water hit the semolina. Alright?
Wow.
So you're going to take it like this and you're going to hit it a little. So this is so fine that, you know, it's like, you know, how when you cook spaghetti or whatever, this is actually hitting it now, you know, doing what it's supposed to do.
Okay.
And you take this and you got the hot water on it and you just stir it and let it sit for a couple minutes.
Okay.
You know, just kind of let everybody get some of this hot water. And it's actually going to go in a pan and be prepared a little longer. You know, but right now, this is how I get this. How you get it started. And like I said, you know, there's so many grains out there, man. Like rice, you got bulgur wheat, you got quinoa, you got, you know, and this is like, you know, when you're vegan and stuff like that, these are the things that people actually eat. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna put this to the side. Okay. Now I need to tend to these plantains because they're so sweet that you know, they're actually starting to turn brown.
See, they're browning a little.
Yeah, and that's what you want. You want to kind of, like I said, the sugar content on these things are very high right now because the banana was black. You know, I had some plantains a few days ago. So yeah. And this is a straggler that I had. You know what I mean? So I said I'm not gonna waste them. I try not to waste any food. You know. So like I said, you know, I always try and take leftovers, man, and figure something out. Right. And a lot of times, you know, like I said, you have stuff in the house, and you know, just try something different when you're cooking. Exactly. You know, don't be afraid to explore. So as you see, these guys, you know, they're looking pretty good. They look good. Nice and golden brown. Yeah. Now, to get now these guys here, I don't want them to stick. So they're doing pretty well. Yeah, they're smelling good over there too. Man. Yeah, that's that Dijon mustard I got on, man. You know, so gonna take this right here. Now, with the couscous, so I have a little bit of oil in the pan. Okay. And I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put some little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, and I got some chicken bouillon. Okay. All right. Stir this up a little bit. Just give it a stir. The oils are pretty much warm already. I'll try to start. I'm going to take some mixed veggies. All right. Take some mixed veggies before this in here. Because this is actually going to be the starter for the couscous. Okay. They're going to go together. These guys are going to be blended together in a couple of seconds. You know? So we got that going. You just turn this up a bit. All right. So I'm going to turn this chicken over. All right. Like I said, I just want to get it going on both sides, and I did pull the skin off. Well, just looking at it, man, it's like I know it's got a lot of flavor because it's marinated just right. Well, I let it sit, you know, overnight. I wanted to be, I wanted to be able to show you what I did, but I can walk you through it. And but yeah, this is something that you can either let it marinate for, you know, either a couple of hours or overnight. But I let it just sit like overnight, man. You know, and just. You know, just do its thing. Now I'm gonna turn this up some more. I want this to really get some flavor. That's the flavor, and the heat permeate through this. Yeah, looking at it, you can tell it's gonna be flavorful. I mean, just looking at it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So we got this going now. Let me quickly go back. Now these plantains, like I said, they're cooking really fast. Yeah. So I'm going to actually take this off. I'm going to let them just sit a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer, and they are pretty much ready to be taken off.
but they're sweet anyway, aren't
Yeah, they are.
Always.
Yeah, the yellow ones are. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So now with the we got the veggies going.
Okay.
So I can take this semolina, the couscous, and I can pour it in here. And start turning that over.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn this down. But this doesn't cook long. Doesn't take long to cook at all. You know. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take this up and work with it.
Work it around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Tony, how long have you been cooking?
Well, I mean, you know, grilling has always been my thing, man. I love to grill.
Okay.
And I've been doing this, man, you know, 25, 30 years, man.
Wow.
You know,
Okay.
just like I said, I've been messing around, always grilling and stuff. And but in New York, I was, you know, in a few restaurants here and there, and you know, it just turned into, man, a job, you know. It was a hobby. I was catering a few times, you know.
Right.
But then it just turned into where I can actually create some income for myself.
Exactly.
You know, but my passion has always been, you know, grilling. I love to grill. I love to grill, man. You know. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So we got this going right now, as you can see.
That looks good too, man.
Yeah, and it's got a little bit of flavor on it. So you just keep tossing it around, and this is basically how this is prepared, really.
Okay.
You know.
That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. And like I said, once you add the hot water to it, and a lot of times when it's cooked, also sometimes it's actually steamed, like with a cheesecloth or something like that.
Okay.
You know. So you can hear this chicken. It's making a lot of noise.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm gonna move it around a little bit.
You got a really nice cafe here, man.
Thank you, man.
Can you tell the people where you're at?
Well, all right, Grillin, man. We're at 12146 Somerset Avenue.
Okay.
Right there in Princess Anne. You know, and now that it's cold outside, you know, we come to the hideaway, you know, the cafe, man. We just come
inside.
Yeah, man, come inside and do some things.
Right.
Get some things done. You know.
Okay.
Take this off. I'm gonna take these plankers off and put them right in here. Get them off because if not, they will actually overcook.
Okay.
And we don't want that to happen.
I noticed now you cook a lot of different types of food. You know.
Yeah.
It's every time I come, it's something different, man. You know.
Well, I always try to enlighten you because you might be out there in a restaurant, you know, and sometimes, you know, like I always say, you know, people go to restaurants and they might see stuff on the menu, but you know, since they've never been exposed to it, they're not going to try it.
Exactly.
Because you're not going to really spend your money, you know, on a dish, and you know, you got a family of 3 or 4, and it's like, okay, we got a little budget here. We're not going to mess around exploring.
That's right.
We're not going to explore too much. We're not going to go too far.
Yeah.
Too far. But with a dish like this, I'm just showing you can actually take, once again, some chicken thighs. And ordinarily we'll take them and we'll fry them up or whatever. You know, and that'll be that. But this way, you know, they're doing something different.
Something totally different.
Yeah.
With the same meat.
Same meat all the time.
All the time, right.
So what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to turn this down a bit. I'm going to take this chicken off.
Okay.
Take all this chicken off.
That looks really good, man.
Yeah, and there's some pretty big pieces too, so you know, they take a little time to cook.
Okay.
Take a little bit of time. Take this off. And I'm gonna take these onions that I have right here. And I'm gonna take the onions and put it right in here on all this chicken right here.
Okay. So that's gonna be like your sauce, your topping.
Yeah, this is actually gonna be the topping for the chicken itself.
Okay.
You know, just got that cooked down. You're gonna take all the scrapings and stuff like that, and rendering and stuff, you know. And like I said, you know, you're basically doing a smothered chicken with a mustard and onion sauce is what you're really doing.
Okay.
That's basically what this is. And we're gonna hold back on some of this juice right here because once we put the chicken back in, we're gonna actually use this for almost like another coating.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's pretty cool, man, because everybody cooks chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody cooks it like this.
So we're gonna turn this up.
That's a learning experience, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turn this up a bit. Let's get this going.
Mm-hmm.
And once we got everything, all this flavor and stuff going, we're gonna let these onions sweat a little bit.
Okay.
Just cook them. And this is pretty much, the basics of the meal itself.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Just letting everything just kind of cook and stew down and stuff.
Okay. Now, when you say you let onions sweat, what does that really? I mean, what is that in a person like me that don't know how to cook?
Well,
does that mean?
What you're doing is you're cooking the onions down to where they're actually starting to caramelize.
Okay.
Where all the sugars and stuff is coming out of.
Okay.
That's what you're really doing to them.
All right.
They got a caramelization, and you just want to kind of just let them
get some of that.
Because once you cook them down, onions, man, they got a sweetness to them.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And right now this, like I said, this has some Dijon mustard, a little bit of vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
I threw some little bit of bouillon.
Okay.
And some lemons. I got some lemons in here. I took 2 lemons and let them cook down. I squeezed 2 lemons, 2 whole lemons.
Okay.
So you got a lot of little flavor.
A lot of flavor.
Yeah, a lot of flavor in here. So I'm gonna take this right here. So now that we got this, I'm gonna put this chicken back in.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you hear it starting to sweat.
Yeah, it's starting to.
Yeah, just put the chicken back in, and that's basically the meal itself.
Okay. Oh, that looks good. That looks good.
And like I said, with thighs, thighs take a little time to cook. A lot of times, people use chicken breast or whatever.
Right.
But I find that chicken thighs, they hold a lot of flavor.
They hold flavor anyway.
Yeah,
right.
they hold a lot of flavor.
Mm-hmm.
You pour this on.
Okay.
So we're gonna take this and put it back. Let me turn this down a little bit now.
Okay.
Because we want all this stuff here to do what it's gonna do. I'm gonna take this right here. I'm gonna pour this back on.
Get the juice out, yeah. Okay.
Pour all that marinade right on this chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the chicken itself and put it under the onions.
Okay.
Let these onions just kind of continue to stew down and stuff. Just let them go.
Yeah, that looks really good, man. And that's a simple meal. I mean, it's not
Very
a lot, that
very
goes
simple.
into it, right?
Yeah, very simple meal, man. This dish, like I said, you'll find this dish right here in a lot of restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that's doing any West African cuisine or stuff like that.
That's one of the main things.
This is a staple right here.
Okay.
This is definitely a staple.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now this right here, I noticed that when you mixed it with the water,
Mm-hmm.
it didn't swell. I was expecting it to swell,
No,
but it didn't swell.
not at all. When you do rice,
I was expecting it to be like that.
Well, remember,
yeah.
this is actually wheat.
Wheat. Okay.
That's your semolina, which is it's your wheat that is used to actually make your pasta and stuff.
Okay.
Okay. And there are so many, like I said, there's so many types, so many grains and stuff like that, so many parts of, when you got spaghetti, then you got the rigatoni, then you got the orzo. Orzo looks like rice as well.
Okay.
But this right here is your grains. That's your basis right there.
Okay.
So yeah. So this let these guys cook a little bit.
All right.
I'm gonna throw some seasoning on it. I'm gonna throw a little. I had some fresh mint. Throw some mint on it.
Okay.
Just to kind of give it some flavor.
Well, you doing your thing over here, man.
We just try to, we're gonna try to bring it.
Yeah.
Definitely try to bring it to you. A little bit of salt.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically it. Just let it just kind of, just like I said, let these onions just sweat a little more.
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna just do what they do.
Okay.
We're gonna work on this a little bit. And this is actually done.
Mm-hmm. That's a quick meal, man. It
It's very
doesn't
quick.
take much time at all, man.
Very quick. The most time consuming aspect of this meal is actually the prep.
The prep.
Yeah, and basically making sure that your chicken is done. You know, that's the most important part.
Right.
So if you did 5 minutes on each side when you had it without the onions. So now you just let it run about maybe 10 minutes or whatever,
Right.
depending on a lot of times you cover it or whatever. But I'm just leaving it like it is. You know, so you can actually see for yourself, how to run it and stuff like that.
Right. Right.
And this is pretty much it. This is what it looks like.
Yeah, it's a nice meal fast. Just using leftovers or stuff that you normally have anyway.
Yes.
You know.
Always. Let me turn the fan on a bit.
Okay.
And I'm gonna play around with this a little bit. Crank up the heat just a little bit. I want these onions just like really just saturate this meat.
And I know that fresh mint on top of it, man, add a lot of flavor to it itself.
Yeah, I used to move around and find the hot spot on this on the stove itself. Because when we deal with a range and different pans and stuff like that, you always got to find a hot spot.
Right.
There's always a hot spot when you're cooking. Always.
That looks good. Well, I'm ready to eat now. That looks good, I'm telling you.
So you're ready to eat right now, right?
Yeah. That looks so good, man.
And it's going to continue. The more it cooks, the more it's going to just start to just stew down these onions. Yeah. And I see where the hottest part of this pan is.
Okay.
And this is where you will put the larger pieces of chicken. And like I said, one thing about thighs, a lot of times I'll take the thighs, and I'll split it near the bone. Like when I on the underside of the thigh, I'll split it. And that way, you can see what's going on.
Right.
When you're doing it and stuff like that.
Right.
You should be able to hit it, and you can actually see.
You can see.
Yeah, you can see what you got going on. And that's what I always do whenever I'm cooking thighs. I always flip it over on the underside, and I can look and catch it, right near the bone.
Right by the bone.
Yeah, that's that. A lot of people don't do that.
That's the innermost part of the chicken, so.
Yeah. So once you got that that heat going near that bone, you know that your food is done, because with chicken, you want to bring it to your internal temperature of a minimum of 165 degrees.
Okay.
And that determines the doneness of the chicken.
Okay.
So you want to make sure that your chicken is done. That's not something that you can play around with in terms of you don't do chicken medium rare.
Right. Right. Exactly.
The chicken has to be cooked.
It's got to be cooked
at all times.
Yeah.
At all times. So now that I actually put some little slice on this bone, I'm gonna flip this over.
Okay. And I see that sauce is thickening up just a little. Just a little bit.
Yeah. The more we do it, the more it's gonna thicken up. That's why I keep turning it over. Like I said, normally you can cover it and let it steam down. But I just want you to kind of really get a visual as to how this thing is really going.
Right.
Just keep turning it over. Just keep going with it.
Yeah, that's thickening up a little bit. It looks good. Looks really, really good.
And I'll just keep playing with it. Really. And I got the heat up pretty good. So the more I turn it over and just let it run. Now that I split the underside near the bone, I'm just gonna let it just go ahead and cook a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what's going on with it.
Yeah, that's really nice. Man.
Yeah, man.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Well, Tom, how long have you been in business here at Grillin?
We've been 3 years. This is our third. Yeah, we're going on the fourth year.
Okay.
It's been interesting. It's the community. They've been very supportive. We got the college here. You got the prison.
Okay.
They've been pretty supportive, and with this COVID thing going on, we were fortunate to continue to work.
Right. Right.
Because we were a takeout. So that helped out a great deal. Essential workers and stuff like that. So that really helped us out. But like I said, I get a lot of support from the community. Now that it's cold out, I've changed my menu up. I'm running some roast, doing your chili, You know, I'm beef stew. I'm doing like a lot of stews and stuff like that. Comfort food, man.
Yeah.
A lot of comfort food. You know, just to get it. You know, just to have people. You know, putting something warm. You know.
Right.
I mean, not that it gets really cold here, but.
Yeah. Something that's gonna stick to you.
Oh yeah, you gotta make it stick.
Yeah.
Make it stick.
Right.
Definitely want to make it stick.
That's good. That's good.
You know. So yeah, like I said, I appreciate, you know, the support that the community gives. You know, and I just try to make sure that, you know, we're bringing it. We're bringing a good good menu.
Right.
And try to keep the price right, and you know, just make it so everybody can enjoy themselves. And I try to really also cook some stuff, you know, that people are not really accustomed to a lot of times.
Okay.
You know, and then I run some, you know, stuff that they are used to, but I try and run a lot of ribs. You know, I'll grill some ribs every now and then. I mean, doing turkey wings. You know, I'll put a little jerk on some turkey wings. I just try to, you know, kind of mix it up.
A little bit different.
Always try to mix it up a little bit. Always. I mean, that's one of the things you want to do. Just keep mixing it up, you know. And once you do that, you know, you're exposing people. I like to really like I said, I always say, you know, I like to make it a dining experience.
Okay.
You know, when you had some stuff, you know, it's like, wow, you know, that was pretty good. I never had that before. I always like to get that response, you know, so that when they do have it, you know, it's like, whoa, you know, that was pretty good.
Right.
Because a lot of times when people eat out or whatever, you know, they want to know, you know, every detail, every ingredient that's in the food. You know, what's in it?
Yeah.
That's number one question. What's in it? You know, so.
A lot of times, if they haven't heard of it,
yeah,
you know, they won't try.
Like, oh, I don't eat that.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't eat that. I don't like that.
They don't really know what it is.
Right.
You know?
Never had it. It's like, oh man, you know, like, oh, I don't even know what that is. So that's why a lot of times, you know, I don't really do a menu. You know, for that particular reason.
Right.
Because if you get somebody that's going to be like dissecting the menu, and they see one ingredient, you know, on the menu with that particular dish, they're not going to buy it.
Right.
They're not going to buy it. You know, just for that reason. Like, oh, I don't eat that.
So when people come up, let's say they come up and they order something, do you give them a sample of something else and ask them if they want to try a sample?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's how I promote, because you know, I let the food do the talking. If somebody comes up and they don't know what they want, and you know, if I've done some, you know, like I said, like a seafood over rice or something like that, that is the first thing I want to do is let them taste it.
Just to give them a little sample.
Like, here, taste it. Oh yeah, definitely. You know, because you know, let the food sell itself.
And right, and that would somebody that comes and order, say, you know, I know some people come and order the same thing all the time. So try something different. Yeah. Then maybe next time they'll come and they'll try, you know, what you gave them as a sample.
Exactly. Right. And you got people that would actually go around the menu too, like a couple people. You know, they're like, okay,
let me try this.
I had this last week. Let me try this again.
Right.
You know. Oh yeah. Now this is almost done.
Okay.
So if you have a seat, man, I can actually plate this up. Okay. You know, because we're very close.
All right. I'm ready for it.
Okay.
I'm ready for it. And it is so nice in here, man. I'm loving this place, man. It is nice.
It's all right.
Yeah, got a little music in the background.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what kind of wine we got here, man?
We got a little bit of a little blush, little red wine there.
Right.
You know. Right. I like to run different types every now and then.
Okay. Okay.
You know, a lot of Moscatos and things like that. You know.
Right.
You know, semi-sweet. You know, a lot of stuff. You know.
It's got really good flavor, man.
Yeah. You know, I mean, like I said, it's a semi-sweet wine. You know, so. Okay. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start pushing this over. I'm gonna come to you in a couple minutes. Okay. You know, because everything is what it's doing. You know, so this chicken is pretty much done. Like I said, I've been turning it over and I've checked into the bone. Right. You know.
That's a quick little 10-15 minute meal right there, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, you know, you coming home from work, you're tired or something, you know. Actually, you can even get your kids to help you a little bit with that. That's it, man.
Get the kids involved early with cooking.
Right.
You know, once you got the kids involved, you know, I mean, shoot, you can let them do the cooking.
Yeah.
You know, they do some of the cooking.
Yeah. But you know, kids, they're curious anyway, so if you get them started, they're going to want to try it.
Of course.
They're going to want to.
Always.
Uh-huh.
Always.
That's right.
Always. So I'm going to take this couscous, and I'm going to pull this off.
Okay. Couscous.
Yeah, couscous. We're going to take this off. We're going to put it right on the plate.
I'm going to have to look for that, man, because, I've never even thought about looking for, and I go in the store and the same thing all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You go in the store, where everything is.
Creature of habit.
Yeah.
Creature of habit.
So I can start to getting some new stuff, man, different stuff, and trying some different stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So, because that's simple. That's really, really simple, man.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Those plantains, see,
then we got the plantains.
I just mistook them for bananas, so I'm trying to eat it like a banana. I didn't know.
Well, they are in the banana family.
Yeah. They were sitting up there right beside the bananas. So I'm like, well, I'm in a hurry. Let me just grab these right here. Yeah. So, I'm gonna get some more, but I'm gonna cook them just like you just did too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I had to try that, man.
Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn these down.
Okay.
And I'm gonna actually come over to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna plate some of this.
Okay.
I'm gonna plate it.
All right.
Let me have the plate.
So, okay. Yeah, this big time restaurant style right here, man. Yeah.
Couple pieces here.
Okay.
Give me a couple plantains. A little bit of couscous.
Cool.
Take some onions. We're gonna drizzle right on top of this.
Yeah, that looks good. Looks good. All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I'll work on some myself.
Well, not a color.
Mm-hmm.
It's certainly smelling good. And this chicken, man, you can tell that's that's full of flavor. You can just look at it and tell it's full of flavor. Let's see. Wait a minute. What did you say was in this? Because there's a mustard. Did you say mustard?
Dijon mustard.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I'm gonna put this back on the stove. Let it kind of continue to cook a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here.
And look, you make a mouth happy, bro. You make a mouth happy.
Like I said, the chicken thighs. And you can use other parts of the chicken. You can use the leg, or you can, just take a whole chicken and cut it up.
Okay. And just use any part, really. This is totally different, man. So it's the same thing, but it's totally different. Same meat, vegetables. Yeah. I don't know. What can I say, man? What can I say, man? You just outdid yourself again, man. Yeah. This is everything got plenty of flavor. When you look at the plantains, once I went around the plate, man, I ate that last. Okay. And that's almost like your dessert. You know what I mean? That's like Yes. It's almost like your dessert, man.
Yes.
So that's another great meal, Tony.
Thank you.
Another great meal, man.
Thank you.
I tell you, I appreciate you, bro. Because coming in here, I'm learning a whole lot of things. First of all.
Okay.
And I realized that I don't have to go and do grocery shopping for a whole lot of stuff that I don't normally buy. You know what I mean? Just to make your meals. So everything pretty much I got home now.
Yes. You got chicken, you got mustard,
Yeah.
You know, you got
it's
onions.
right there.
Yes.
Yeah, it's right
yes,
there.
It is.
It's just a different way of preparing it.
Yes, you can take the same meat and just different sauce.
Different sauces, right.
Different
right.
marinades. You start playing with different marinades and you got some stuff going on.
Yeah, yeah, you definitely got it going on. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. We want to thank you once again for tuning in to another edition of Burnin with Tone, the Grillin Chef.